Microsoft recently addressed a significant security concern, revealing that 2 new zero-day vulnerabilities have been actively exploited in the wild. This is particularly alarming, as one of these flaws affects every version of Windows ever released. On October 15, 2025, Microsoft released patches for 183 security vulnerabilities across its products. Among these, 3 vulnerabilities are currently being exploited, including 2 critical 0 days related to privilege escalation. These vulnerabilities could allow attackers to execute code with elevated permissions, raising serious security risks for users. In this video, we'll delve into the details of these vulnerabilities, their potential impact, and what users should do to protect their systems. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. On October 15, 2025, Microsoft's Patch Tuesday update addressed a staggering 183 security vulnerabilities, marking a significant moment in the ongoing battle against cyber threats. This comprehensive update comes in the wake of Microsoft officially ending support for Windows 10, unless users opt into the Extended Security Updates program, emphasizing the urgency for users to transition to supported operating systems. Among the vulnerabilities patched, 165 were classified as important, while 17 were deemed critical. A notable trend in this update is the prevalence of elevation of privilege vulnerabilities, which accounted for 84 of the total flaws. This indicates a growing concern where attackers can gain higher access levels within systems, potentially leading to more severe exploits. The 2 zero-day vulnerabilities that have been actively exploited, CVE-2025-24990 and CVE-2025-59230, both carry a CVSS score of 7.8, highlighting their critical nature. These vulnerabilities allow attackers to execute code with elevated privileges, a troubling capability given that they affect legacy components present in all Windows versions. Microsoft's decision to remove the Ajira modem driver altogether, rather than patching it, underscores the severity and complexity of addressing vulnerabilities rooted in long-standing code. In addition to these 2 zero days, the update also addressed the secure boot bypass vulnerability in youll OS, which, while less severe in score at 4.6, poses significant risks as it could allow attackers physical access to tamper with virtual desktops, particularly affecting employees who travel frequently. The update also included critical fixes for high-impact vulnerabilities, such as a remote code execution bug in Windows Server Update Service with a CVSS score of 9.8, and a privilege escalation flaw in Microsoft Graphics component, also rated at 9.9. These vulnerabilities highlight the ongoing need for organizations to prioritize timely patching to safeguard against potentially devastating attacks. Moreover, the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency (CISA) has added all 3 exploited vulnerabilities to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog, mandating that federal agencies implement these patches by November 4, 2025. This move illustrates the heightened emphasis on protecting sensitive government systems and the broader implications for cybersecurity across various sectors. As organizations and users navigate these vulnerabilities, it's clear that the importance of regular updates and proactive security measures cannot be overstated in today's digital landscape. The ramifications of these zero-day vulnerabilities extend far beyond individual users, affecting businesses, government agencies, and critical infrastructure. With the first vulnerability, CVE-2025-24990, being deeply rooted in legacy code present on all Windows systems, organizations that have not transitioned to newer operating systems or that utilize older hardware are particularly at risk. This creates a significant challenge for IT departments, as they must now prioritize immediate action to mitigate potential exploitation. The active exploitation of CVE-2025-59230 highlights the urgent need for organizations to maintain robust security protocols. Given that this vulnerability allows attackers to execute code with elevated privileges, the potential for data breaches and unauthorized access to sensitive information increases dramatically. Companies that rely heavily on remote workers or have not implemented strict access controls may find themselves especially vulnerable. Moreover, the inclusion of these vulnerabilities in the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency's CISA known exploited vulnerabilities catalog mandates that federal agencies apply patches by a strict deadline. This not only emphasizes the urgency of the situation but also places pressure on organizations to comply quickly, ensuring that their defenses are updated against these threats. The impact of these vulnerabilities is further amplified by the interconnected nature of modern technology. For instance, the secure boot bypass in Eagle OS could lead to severe consequences for virtual desktop environments, particularly in organizations that enable remote work. Physical access requirements for exploiting this flaw could still pose risks, especially for employees traveling frequently, who may inadvertently expose their devices to malicious actors. As the cybersecurity landscape evolves, other vendors releasing patches for various vulnerabilities indicate a broader ecosystem at risk. Organizations must remain vigilant and proactive, as the exploitation of these vulnerabilities could serve as a gateway for more extensive attacks across interconnected systems, affecting not just individual companies but potentially large sectors of the economy. The urgency of patching these vulnerabilities cannot be overstated, as failure to do so may lead to catastrophic breaches that compromise both data integrity and organizational trust. Next steps: what organizations need to do. In light of the recent vulnerabilities disclosed by Microsoft, organizations must take immediate and coordinated action to safeguard their systems. The first priority should be the deployment of the latest security patches. Given the critical nature of the vulnerabilities, especially those affecting all versions of Windows, organizations should implement a patch management strategy that ensures updates are applied promptly. This includes not only Microsoft's updates but also those from other vendors, as many third-party applications and services may also be affected. Organizations should also conduct a thorough inventory of their software and hardware assets. Understanding which systems are running outdated versions or unsupported software is crucial, especially as Microsoft has ended support for Windows 10 for non-ESU enrolled devices. This inventory will aid in identifying vulnerable systems that require immediate attention or potential replacement. Furthermore, organizations should reinforce their security policies by educating employees about the risks associated with these vulnerabilities. Awareness training can empower staff to recognize suspicious activities and phishing attempts that may exploit these flaws. Regular training sessions should be scheduled to keep employees informed about evolving threats. Implementing a robust monitoring system is also essential. Organizations should employ intrusion detection systems (IDS) and security information and event management (SIEM) solutions to provide real-time alerts on suspicious behavior. This proactive approach can help detect potential exploit attempts before they escalate into significant breaches. Additionally, organizations should review their incident response plans. Given the potential for widespread exploitation of these vulnerabilities, it's vital to ensure that response protocols are up to date and that relevant teams are trained to act swiftly and effectively. Conducting tabletop exercises can help prepare incident response teams for various scenarios involving these zero-day vulnerabilities. Lastly, organizations should consider engaging with cybersecurity professionals or consultants who can provide expert guidance tailored to their specific environments. This can be particularly beneficial for those lacking in-house expertise to navigate the complexities of modern cybersecurity threats. By taking these steps, organizations can better protect themselves against the risks posed by these newly discovered vulnerabilities and enhance their overall cybersecurity posture. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals.